Do you think war begins with explosions? No. It begins with silence. I was 14. June 1941. We were playing in the woods near Moscow, digging toy trenches, crawling on our bellies, pretending to be soldiers. There was a terrible thunderstorm that night, but the morning was crystal clear. The sun was shining. We ran to the pond to swim. Life was perfect. And then, a whisper that turned into a scream. War! We didn't understand. Germany? Why? We loved the Germans who worked at our local factory. We envied their shiny, colorful bicycles. The daughter of a German engineer used to let us ride her bike near that very pond. She was kind, and now she was the enemy. Everything changed in a split second. Women crying, men grim. And then came the first air raid on Moscow. I saw the sky tear apart. Searchlights, tracers, colored dots flying up and down. It was beautiful and terrifying. That was my introduction to hell. Part 1. Turtle Soup and Survival School. My mother was gone. My father was too old. So my sister took me and fled east. Evacuation. First Siberia, then Uzbekistan. 1942. Hunger came like a beast. Have you ever hunted turtles to survive? I have. I wandered the outskirts of Churchik, catching them to make soup. It was disgusting, but it was food. We were 7 boys in my class, hungry, angry, and eager to fight. But who needs a 15-year-old at the front? Then a kid from Odessa told us, "The naval school is here, let's go." We ran away to join the Navy. We lived in a gym. We ate beet stew. But we were cadets now. In 1944, they moved us to Baku. We crossed the Caspian Sea on a steamer packed with refugees. A storm hit. The adults were vomiting below deck. But we huddled against the ship's warm funnel on the top deck, freezing but happy. We were tough, or so we thought. When we docked in Baku, a brass band was playing. Officers in white uniforms stood on the pier. We thought, who are they meeting? Some hero? An officer walked up to us. "They are playing for you, boys." For us? Dirty, ragged kids who looked more like prisoners than sailors? We couldn't believe it. They took us to a dining hall. White bread, butter, sugar, teapots. I hadn't seen such food in years. We ate like wolves. We stuffed sugar into our pockets. The officers laughed. "Don't hide it, boys. There will be more tomorrow." But we didn't believe in tomorrow. We slept in the park that night, full and happy, looking at the stars. We made it. Part 2. Late to the war. We trained hard. We wanted to fight, but history played a cruel joke on us. We were the generation that was late. We worshipped the guys who fought in 41 and 42. They were gods to us, and we felt guilty. Guilty for being too young. Guilty for being alive. They sent us to the Pacific Fleet. Port Arthur, China, 1950. The war with Japan was over. The Korean War was starting. But my war? It was a silent one. We trained Chinese sailors, taught them how to handle torpedo boats, American Higgins and Vosper boats, lend-lease gifts, fast, beautiful machines. The Chinese were incredible, like ants. They worked non-stop. If a dock needed fixing, they fixed it with their bare hands and baskets. They were so disciplined, it was scary. Once, I saw a donkey cart blocking traffic. A Chinese policeman blew his whistle, and the driver dragged the donkey backward by its face, just because of a whistle. We gave them everything, our ships, our guns, our base. We left Port Arthur naked, thinking we were leaving it to friends, brothers forever. How naive we were. Part 3. The Hero Brother and the Forgotten Victory. My brother Sergei was a fighter pilot, an ace, 3 kills solo, 7 in a group. He was shot down twice, jumped with a parachute, and survived. He was a hero. But after the war, he didn't want to talk. For 10 years, silence. They even canceled Victory Day. Can you imagine? The government just erased the holiday, as if the war never happened. They wanted us to forget. But you can't forget. I remember the nuclear drills. Atomic bomb alert, and we would drop to the deck, hiding behind turrets. We laughed. We were young and stupid. We didn't know that hiding behind a piece of steel wouldn't save you from the sun exploding. Outro. The secret of life. I am 93 years old now. People ask me, what is your secret? There is no secret. My father died at 70. My brother at 80. I just kept living. I drank. I smoked. Until one day my heart gave out. The doctor told me, if you want to die, keep smoking. I threw my cigarette into the trash can right there and never smoked again. It's simple, really. You survive hunger. You survive the storms. You survive the guilt of not fighting. And you live. You just live. Because the guys who didn't come back, they would have given anything for just one more day of this boring life.